Live from Waterloo, Iowa, the lovely Miss Rocki and Chaveevah, continuing 5 years of positivity from a North End perspective, are here to present what's making us all look good, with a whole lot of boom and a whole lot of shakalaka.
Yeah!
Cause you know what time it is.
Boom! Shakalaka! Alright. We got to have a lot of fun. We walked in today, changed up our script a little bit.
Just a teeny tiny bit.
For the fun of it.
All
yes,
right.
welcome to Miss Rocki and Chaveevah North End Update Live.
Okay, yep, we come to you live every Friday at boom shakalaka o'clock.
Right,
Yes.
because there's always something good happening on the North End.
And everywhere else.
Yes, we got a great show for you today. I tell you what, we got some great guests that'll be introduced here in just a little bit, Chaveevah.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes. Okay.
Love A. Walker
Okay.
and Marla
Padget. Okay.
And they're going to be talking to us about some great subjects that you really need to hear. Gun violence is on everybody's mind lately, and Raynelle is an advocate, and she has her own business that started from personal loss due to gun violence. So we're going to be talking to her about that. And then we're also going to talk to Marla about her wonderful career as an educator, principal. She's done everything that can be done in the education field, and everybody knows her, Chaveevah.
That's right. And she recently retired, and you just blew up the internet with people saying congratulations and stuff like that. So, yes, we're going to get an opportunity to talk to her.
Yes, and we want to shout out to our frequent friendly viewers, Joyce Ann Wilder, Michael Irvin, Renita Wright, Cricket Jones,
John Rivera, Shanae Rivers, Lindsay Warhol Peters, and Eric Mudd. Shout out, folks.
That's right. And of course, we can't go without mentioning condolences to our dear friend, and everybody knows Jerry Nash. He recently passed away after a long battle. And so we just want to express our condolences and our love for you, Linda, and just know that our hearts and prayers are with you.
Yes.
Jerry was a warrior, and Linda was such a great wife and helped him through a lot. And I've known them for quite a while and used to see them at the hospital and things like that. So we know it's not easy. And a lot of people have expressed their heartfelt sympathy as well on our Facebook page. So shout out to you, and know that you are loved, Linda, and family. All right, Chaveevah. And we also want to talk about something good.
Yes, definitely.
Your mural is finished.
Yes, finally. I know you've heard me mention a few times that I'm working on a mural. I'm working on the mural at the Grout. It's Black Stories Collective exhibit that's going to be opening up towards the end of this month. And the mural is a permanent part of that collection. That was just the last picture I posted. Over my shoulder is an image of one of the blues musicians that's on the mural, Louis McTizzick, and I signed right over his shoulder. When I sign something, it's a wrap, y'all. That's it. So,
yeah, I saw that you were going to sign it, and I thought, wow, you've come full circle, because every day it kind of became like a job.
It was like a job. Yeah, it was.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Congratulations, Chaveevah. I know that was quite a task, and you're leaving your mark everywhere.
That's a good feeling.
Yes,
That's a good feeling.
You have artwork at the Rod Museum, Jesse Cosby,
yeah, Jesse Cosby,
the
Center,
Rod Library at and the Cosby Center, and I
a
think
few other places.
Pianos. You painted on pianos.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So look around for her. You'll see her. Who was it? Lanny said last last show that she always recognizes your work.
Okay, yeah. Somebody told me that they saw something of mine in the parking garage. So
right. Yeah. Okay, so we want to remind everybody that our show is brought to you partially by a grant from the Waterloo Community Foundation and our sustaining collaborators, the Travis Ferguson Real Estate Team, and The Jesse Cosby Center.
Neighborhood Center, yes. The Ferguson real estate team covers practically everywhere in Iowa. So whatever it is that's your reason why for home ownership, be sure your who is the Ferguson team.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
call
the way
them
you
for
think.
all your real estate needs at 319-900-1799.
All right. And we want to say that for more than 50 years, the Jesse Cosby Neighborhood Center has been a multicultural, multi-generational service provider with an adult daycare center, Meals on Wheels, and youth summer feeding and employment programs. For more information, you can call the Jesse Cosby Neighborhood Center at 234-1793.
All right. You can visit our page and find out more about our other sustaining collaborators.
Yes.
Yep.
And we got to say one more thing. Oh, there's our website, Chaveevah.
Oh, my.
All right.
Okay.
We got to say one more thing that you don't want to miss this. We're going to talk about some things in our Give It Air coming up soon. And also the birthday people, because we got this Walker girl and she can really sing. Look at her looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
I heard she can really, really sing good. So, and I think Marla's probably a member. She looks like she might be in a church choir or something. So we're going to sing happy birthday to everybody with a quartet, Chaveevah. And then we're going to ask Nate to join us. We're going to ask Nate to do some bass for us.
Yeah, we're going to get Ed and Agnes too.
Our announcer. It's going to be great, so don't leave. But right now we're going to ask Nate what's happening in
The new Nate.
The new
That's
Nate, right?
right.
He's got his hair cut,
You
all
all got to get ready
graduated.
for the big reveal.
Yes, and he's going to read from the
Soul Town. So yeah.
Yes, the new Nate. Look at Nate with his haircut. Look, oh
So today I have generational karma is a real thing, and this is by Queen Gabby, female advice expert, and one of her people had mailed her saying, "Dear Gabby, do you believe in karma? If so, what was the most challenging life lesson to learn in life? Sincerely, sorry. Dear, sincerely sorry. Yes, I do believe in karma. I think the karma happens right away. Ever do somebody wrong, then boom, you get a flat tire, a call in sick to work even though you're not ill. Then you've got a flu. I believe in generational karma, so be easy on your descendants. I won't dive into my hardest lesson, but I will say that I've learned that doing right by people throughout the years prevents karma. I try to be good to everyone I encounter because I don't need any major setbacks. Life is already hard enough. Luckily, my karma hasn't been anything I couldn't bounce back from quickly. Live life right so you won't have to be sincerely sorry." So, my question, do you all believe in karma?
Oh.
Yes, I do. And whether it's a real thing or just a superstition or whatever, it's never a bad choice to do right by people. So
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And my takeaway from that is whether you believe in generational karma was something I kind of just looked up today because I didn't even know about that, but it's basically the thought that your ancestors, whatever their actions, whatever they did is affecting us now. So that was kind of interesting, but whether you believe generational karma or just karma in general, you do or don't, I think the moral of the lesson is just to do right, you know. The good deeds don't go unnoticed, and it will help you out just moving forward in life. So just be a good Samaritan. Yeah.
Okay, I think karma is a great subject. I think, a great subject to talk about because you could say karma or spirituality, you know, and what goes around comes around, that kind of thing. So that was pretty cool, Nate. I always like Nate's perspective.
I do too.
Thank you.
And Queen Gabby, she's a great part of the Soul Town. If you want to get your copy of the Soul Town, you can reach them at thesoultownmagazine.com.
Okay.
Right?
You absolutely can.
And Earths?
That's right. Earth's Beauty Supply.
And
704 Franklin, or you can go right to the source
Yes, that's
and
right.
contact Chillin at 319-505-4020.
That's right. Okay, so you know what? I think we're going to ask our guests about some karma. We're going to see what they think about it. So let's introduce our wonderful guests. We have Love. Can I call you? What do you want me to call
You call me Raynelle.
Raynelle.
Yeah.
Okay, she's all blushing because that Love They Walkers on Facebook kind of thing. But welcome, Raynelle.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yes, and
Yes,
welcome.
welcome, Marla. Thank you so much for joining us, both of you all. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we'll start with you, Marla. What do you think about that karma thing? You, in your personal life, you think karma has had an effect?
I think karma does have an effect because I think it's about how you choose to lead life. And if you take care of people, like Nate said, I think it comes back to you. I think that's true for my whole educational career. If you have empathy for the people you're serving, that reaps all kinds of rewards, and it's not for yourself. It's for the people you serve.
Right,
Sounds
right.
good to
Wow.
me.
Good to
Yeah.
know. And that's why everybody knows her, because she feels like that.
Yes.
How about you? What about karma?
I believe in good and bad karma. You know, I believe you can have good karma, and you know, like she said, I just try to do right by people, so you know, I can have longer days in life and pass it down to my children and.
You have that generational
Mhm,
karma.
that
they was
generational
talking
karma.
about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, right. Well, good. Well, thanks for entertaining that question for us. And we're going to move to our Give It Air. And this week, sometimes if you guys haven't watched the show, I know you tune in every Friday, right?
Yes.
She never heard of us, right? But
No,
that's
I've
okay.
absolutely heard of you. I'm usually at work still at this time of day.
Oh,
Okay.
right, right. Well, now that you're retired,
Right.
yeah, we'll be looking for you to watch us live, or you can watch it anytime. But so our Give It Air today is a subject that our Give It Air is things that sometimes get brushed over, and we want to make it encouraging, but sometimes it's things that have to do with racial justice or inadequate, what's the word?
Inequities,
Inequities that happen. And a lot of times people may say, get over the trauma, let's stop living in the past. And so in
Yeah.
our next several weeks, we're going to talk about some of the events that have happened in our lifetimes, because we're really young. So we just want to say,
I know that's right.
So, when people, they tend to want to deflect sometimes and will say, oh, well, do you have to talk about that? You're just living in the past. That happened a long time ago. No, it didn't.
okay, so I'm
No.
sorry.
And I was going to say, if it's part of your personal history and during a period of time where most of the people were living, that's not in the past.
No, not
No.
too far in the past.
No.
I mean, we're not centurions yet, but
Not yet. I'm working on
we're
it.
going to start with 1954. You were how old?
I was one.
You were one.
I was
She
a
was a
year
baby.
old, yeah.
And what happened that was of significance?
The Brown versus
significance?
Board of Education,
Okay.
right? And they ruled that separate but equal education is legal.
Okay.
Segregation, okay? That's not a long time. I was a baby,
You
but I
were
was
a
in the
baby.
world. It's not hundreds of years ago, right?
Okay.
Then, same thing, 1955. That's when Emmett Till.
But that's next week.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk. Oh, okay.
So just because you're 1 year old in 1954, Brown versus the Board of Education, just to give you a little perspective, it was in our lifetime.
Yep.
So we had to give that a little air.
Okay.
All right. So now, what else, Chaveevah?
What else? I think it's time to talk to our guests.
Yes.
Yes.
How do you like retirement, Marla?
Well, not until June 30th, but I'm getting close, and every day is like happier and happier. And I think we can't forget about what you were just talking about there, the injustices that happen, and you talk about inequities. And it's good you had Brown versus Board of Education today, because when you look back through the history of the United States, there's been 400 years of racial, social, and economic injustices that cannot be erased quickly, which has led to achievement gap, inequity in referrals, those kind of issues in our schools that have to be erased and targeted if we're going to move forward. So
very.
that was right on time.
That's
right.
a great addition. Thank you for those comments. We know that the Brown versus the Board of Education is a landmark you know.
Yes.
But it's just a drop in the bucket to what had gone on before that, you know, because there's been a struggle ever since. In fact, I'm currently working on a book about Susan Clark, and I'm writing a children's book about her. So we know 100 years before that there was a struggle. So it's been an ongoing struggle for African Americans to be treated equal, you know. So, yeah, good point. So, yes, and you're going to enjoy retirement.
I am so going to enjoy it. There's a few times now when I think, oh, I never have to deal with that one again. Because there's some big issues that come up and you're like, oh, that's my last time.
Oh, okay. You talk about issues. I'm thinking students.
No. I'm thinking issues.
You don't want to see anymore
No,
either.
that's never been me with students ever.
Okay.
Yeah, every day's a new day with a child, whatever the age is. So you can do this yesterday, but tomorrow we're back at it. So you have to do that with kids. They have to have that opportunity.
Can you talk about some of the many positions that you've held?
Okay, maybe just a little bit of history. My family moved here in 1968 over on a street that doesn't exist anymore, Maple, right there by East High.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Maple
Yeah.
Street.
And then they moved to the corner of Independence Avenue and Mobile Street, which is where I grew up. And I didn't know it, but people later told me, you lived in the hood. And I'm like,
Okay.
I live
Yeah.
where?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
But-
over there by the Lutheran church, all those houses
Yes.
were torn down now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have
Oh, nice.
Martin Luther King Drive going through there and campus for East High, things like that. My dad taught for wireless schools. That's why we moved here. And I went to Hawthorne, which is now the People's Clinic.
Whoa.
I went to
Right.
McKinstry, which is now Expo.
Right.
And then East High School. And I don't know. I need to think about East High School. The other two closed down after I left. When I graduated,
Oh.
I took some time away, much to my parents' dismay. And I eventually went back to college and I became a teacher and started teaching at East High at my alma mater. And at that time, my dad was still there. That was a little strange for me. So
Oh, really? So you were
Mr.
able to
Wells
hang...
was, yep,
Oh, Mr. Wells. I've heard a lot about him, too. He must have been a pretty cool guy.
I think so. I do. and then I got my master's at UNI and in educational leadership, and I went to Central as an assistant principal athletic director, believe it or not.
Oh, my.
Okay.
There was a learning curve there for me. And then I became their principal. I followed Bob Tyson there. He's a legend in this district, too.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So a
Yes.
shout out to Bob. And then I went to East High School. And that was really strange.
As a principal?
As
you
the
were
principal.
yes.
After having been a student, there.
and a teacher there. That was a different feeling inside of you. But it felt like home. It really did. I loved Central, but East High's always felt like home. And eventually after that, Cora Turner decided to retire, and
Oh.
I became the executive director of Student and At-Risk Services. And for each of those things that I have done through education, starting as a teacher, I viewed as I moved to the administrative level, the school's my classroom then.
Wow.
And then when I got to the district level, the entire district's my classroom. And I tried to hold that, and I tried to remember, if I can't do it, don't want to do it, not capable of it, can't get in there myself, do it, I need to remember that for everybody else as I lead them.
Right. And you
And-
can't expect others to take on something that you wouldn't take on. Yeah. Or weren't able to. How do you feel about all that's going on with do you have any suggestions about the school shootings? I mean, it's hard not to talk about because it's on everybody's mind, even when you send your kids to school. I mean,
It's so difficult because as you look at it, you try to think over what are all the safety things we have in place for each of our buildings. But then you look at what just happened in Uvalde, Texas, and it makes you wonder about those safety things again because they had their own school police force. And the door that the person entered was supposed to be
just
locked.
popped open for air, I guess, or
And
something.
so, trying to figure out in all of our buildings, are people propping open doors? Are kids at a door letting somebody else in? Those kind of things. So you feel safe until you have to really start thinking about it. But I think for the most part, especially, we do all kinds of drills and go through all kinds of situations that could occur
Sure.
to try to prevent any kind of big incident such as that. It's just people can't get too laid back about, oh, not here.
That's
Because
right.
it could be anywhere. You have to stay vigilant.
We do, yeah. It's so unfortunate, but it's just one of the facts of life. And I think I'm surprised that we're even talking about it now. I don't even know how I got on the subject, but do we have comments? No, okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, so it's a hard, tough subject and a tough call to make, but the main thing, I guess, is security and considering outside police help. I don't know.
And we do have SROs for the wireless schools. We don't have them at every building.
Okay.
We just don't.
Right.
But we have faith in their ability to respond
Yeah.
for those situations. I just, there's so many factors that people don't think about when every one of these events occur that make everybody go back and rethink what is our actual safety plan.
Right. It's got to be hard
Can we
for you
increase it?
leaving. Yeah, for you leaving and knowing all that this is going on. But you certainly have done a remarkable job. And from our response that we got on Facebook, I understand that you are quite the popular person.
I love.
think you even mentioned, I talked to you the other day. I'm like,
Like
so there's
Miss
this
Padget.
lady.
I know.
She said,
I said I should have followed you, and I'm looking like, where am I going?
Okay.
But I truly was honored to serve our families and our students. And the most wonderful thing about my career is that legacy of love I have for them. And you don't often get to know if you've made a difference, but I have felt that love return in a big way.
awesome. Well, great. Thank you for doing what makes you awesome. Right, Chaveevah?
You're welcome.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, now,
Yeah.
switching gears here, Raynelle, just this past weekend, you had the Beat the Streetz event. Talk a little bit about what, how that went, what that is, and just for anyone who might not know.
So we call it the Take Back the Streets weekend / Beat the Streetz weekend, which was hosted last weekend at Sullivan Park. This is actually the second annual event that we hosted. So the first one was last year, May 28th, so it was the same date. And, when I was growing up, that's all we did. We got together, we gathered, I remember as a kid, I used to go to Sullivan Park and just watch them play basketball, or even Gates Park, even Ferguson. It was just like a good feeling to have your community be as one. And so, with my brother being a victim to gun violence, and I feel like doing that, with the apparel that we do to get the message out there, I felt like I just want to give back to my community and just get the message out there to everyone. And it was a wonderful event. We had basketball tournaments. We handed out raffle prizes. We had free hot dogs, chips, water, vendors. It was really nice. And the amount of people that was there, it really put a smile on my face to just know that people support me and my family and what we have going on, and they just believe in the dream.
Yeah, so I would think especially on the heels of something like a tragic loss of your brother, that when the community comes back together, then it reminds you of those times when people just got together
It was good times,
and did some things.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And so does your this thing that you're doing, the Beat the Streetz, does it help you to cope with some of the trauma that that you're probably still experiencing from losing your loved one?
So I call it turning pain into passion. It kind of does help me grieve, because grieving doesn't have a time limit,
Absolutely.
It's
I
a
know
lifetime
that.
thing. It's just like, it's just kind of like an ocean. I call it like the waves. It comes up and then it goes. So it definitely helps a lot with that.
And your brother, and you look a lot like
I
him.
know,
I mean, you
everybody-
guys are like
Okay.
twins. But your brother was such a phenomenal person, a great spirit. He was a referee at a lot of the
Yeah.
games that my
Yes.
grandson
That's
played
what I
in.
remember him from, refereeing and also modeling. With,
Yeah, he
Yes.
Yep, he does the mock. So, and then with that, we last year we did the fashion show in honor of him. So that was nice.
Yes. So we just hate that he's gone, but his legacy definitely lives on, and you're keeping his memory alive, which is so important. All right, and we have a comment I think Nate has for us.
Yeah, actually, we just got in another one. So we have 2 comments. One from Denise Nelson saying Marla was a great at Central.
Oh, my
And
God.
then Mary Cagley saying, hi, Miss Padget. But it looks like it was from someone named Danae.
Danae, yes. Oh, I know Danae. That's Mary's
Yes.
daughter, Mary Cagley, and Glenn and Mary are good friends of mine. But yeah, so I feel like that your optimism. We talked about optimism last week. It was our Give It Air subject,
Yes.
and optimism, how it helps you to take control. Because you don't let the circumstance control you. Because if it did, you'd be grieving all the
I
time.
wouldn't even probably be here.
Right.
I just sometimes you just got to be stronger and know how to deal with stuff because it can take you down.
Oh yes, and I
So
think
now,
it's
yes, this is your
important to
second
follow.
annual event, but
Yes.
are there plans for any maybe other smaller type of events throughout the
I actually want to do a lot of more stuff within the community. Like, a goal is to like open up a center, for youth and just have like computer labs, something like the Boys and Girls Club, but in that nature. But I want to do like after school programs and things like that. So it's a lot that we have in the future that I want to do. I also have an exhibit at the
Grout?
Grout
Museum?
Museum. Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Right.
yes.
Thank you for correcting
Oh,
me.
no, that's fine. We've seen your exhibit, and we love the way that you're just out there. Because
Thank you.
everybody knows, and Joyce Ann Wilder, she's one of your best models.
Oh, yes,
Because
that's-
she have it on a whole Beat the Streetz
Yes,
outfit.
ma'am, that's family.
And that's
Yeah.
family. And she's family to me, too, and I'm not really related to y'all. But
yeah.
that's the kind of community support that you need. So we're so thankful for Joyce Ann and all the people that's wearing that gear. I want some. You want some Beats the Streetz?
I should have bought
Where'd
y'all
you get?
some. I
Oh
wasn't even
no, we'll
thinking.
buy some. We want to support. We want to
Yes.
support.
We also have merch in the Spark Lot as well.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
So great. And tell us, is there a website that people can go and find
so
out more about Beat the Streetz?
we are working more on the website, but we do have a Facebook
Okay.
page and an Instagram page. So our Facebook page is one word, Beat the Streetz, and our Instagram page is beat_the_streets.
All right.
Streets with a Z, y'all.
Yes, with the Z,
with
not
the
with
Z.
an S.
Right.
So that they called my brother Streets,
Mm-hmm.
not that it was like he was involved in the streets. That was just a nickname for
Sure.
him. So me and my family, we just let's beat the streets,
Right.
No
Yeah.
more gun violence. So
Yes.
it all kind of worked out.
Yeah.
And
Well, we
it's a
appreciate you for the way that you and your organization are turning your passion into proactive. I'm getting tangled up with y'all.
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean? Just
A
turning
positive.
turning that positive. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's what we need. And the community backing you up, too. Because I never used to hear about Beat the Streetz. And all of a
Really?
sudden, it's everywhere. The gear and everybody's supporting you and the events. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
So now, everybody, we're ready to sing happy birthday to you, right?
Yes.
Birthdays.
It's everybody's birthday.
Oh,
Girl,
okay.
we got all kinds of birthday. And we always have the best birthday people.
Bar
Okay.
none, the best. That's right.
Everywhere. Okay, we have some, and then when we get done, we're gonna have you sing with us. I heard you
Okay.
like to sing anyway.
Did
so-
you?
Yeah, I heard
Where
that.
you hear that?
Okay, so here we go. Who we got, Chaveevah?
We've got Lorraine Caldwell, Mirsad Kosovic, Dante Watson, Walter King, Sheila Blackwell, and Thunderbolt Patterson. Happy
Thunderbolt.
birthday, y'all. That's
Ooh,
right.
I told you the
Happy
best
birthday.
people.
Hey.
All right, Carolyn Dorr, Barb Culpepper Shield, Ricky Thomas, our dear friend.
Yes.
Joe Parker, Quentin Hart, the mayor. It's a national holiday
Boom,
too,
I
right?
tell you.
And Dave Getman. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. And I know you're here to watch your birthday song live. If you're not, you are virtually square, literally, right, for real. Okay, so we're gonna sing the birthday song right about now. Chaveevah.
Okay, well, let's get to it.
I'm sure you would agree.
Couldn't fit more perfectly
Than to have a world party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. A little louder. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Okay, you're supposed
All right.
to fade out, but you didn't. You just, okay.
Okay.
It's all good. All right, birthday people. We hope you
Yes.
enjoyed yourself.
Birthday.
And I told you she could sing. You hear her over here?
Yeah.
She was going at it. Okay. I see.
I grew up in church, so that's all I did.
There you
Sing in
go.
the choir.
There you
Yes.
go.
Well,
See?
you did a great job today, and our birthday
you.
people really appreciate it. And thank you, Nate. Thank you, Ed.
Yes.
Thank you, Agnes.
Thank you.
We could hear her
everybody.
any other
I
time.
know.
Now
Thank
she's
you.
going to be quiet.
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
Thank
so
you
good.
so much.
No, we
Oh,
really
I'm so
appreciate
honored.
you all for coming and sharing something of yourselves with us today. And we want to
Exactly.
remind our viewers, by all means, please do more of what makes you awesome.
Like Marla,
And like Raynelle,
and like Raynelle,
That's
and
right.
like Nate,
and Agnes, that's right.
because it makes us all look good. See you.